Hello, this is Professor Ellen Jakovich, and in this video we're going to be computing bond yield and bond coupon rate. We'll start with bond yield. So, we're looking to purchase a 5-year bond that is selling at 96 points. What does that mean? That means 96% of par value is the selling price. So what is par value? It doesn't say. Well, that means when it doesn't say, the bond is worth $1,000. So we already know from that first information we're given that our present value is going to be 96% of $1,000, which is $960. So let's go ahead and type that in. And we're purchasing the bond. So the plus and minus symbols are opposite than if we are the company. We are out the present value in this case. We're out $960. So we need to make that the negative. So we're paying for that bond. So the future value will be a positive $1,000 that we will get back. So if this bond is selling at 96 points, it's selling at a discount less than par value. So let's move on. The bond has a coupon rate. Coupon. Those are tied to the bond. That is not the market. That is the bond rate of interest. So that is 8%, and payments are semi-annual. Key, very key. So everything that's highlighted in yellow here must be on a semi-annual basis. So the coupon rate is 8%, which means semi-annual coupon rate would be 4%. Well, 4% of what? 4% of par. So twice a year, we will get 4% of $1,000, which is $40. So I'll put that right there. Semi-annual. It is a 5-year bond with semi-annual payments, so that is 10 semi-annual payments. And the rate is the same as the yield or the yield to maturity. So this is our question mark, what we're trying to solve for. And on bonds, type is 0. So let's solve for this. We are solving for rate. And in Excel, whatever you're solving for, you put equals and then you type that. Rate. And then open parenthesis, and Excel tells you what to type in next. So this is N per number of periods. So I'm going to click on that and hit comma. Next is payment. I'll click on that, comma. Present value is next. Click on it, comma. Future value, click, comma. Type. And then the last one says guess. Don't worry about that. That is only for enormous computations of a million different variables called Monte Carlo simulations and things like that. Don't worry about it. Because it is in square brackets, it is optional. So we're going to ignore it and just close it out and hit enter. And my rate says 5%. Not good enough. This is a finance. We need a couple of decimal points after that. So where do I get those from? I go up to the top of my screen of Excel and click home. And what drops down is a lot of stuff. Here in the middle, I see some zeros. I can increase or decrease the decimal. I'm going to click increase decimal twice. Boy, isn't that a different percent rate. 4.51% is way different than a 5% interest rate. You've got to put those extra 2 decimal points to get the right answer. So, what did we just solve for? We solved for a semi-annual annual rate. So that's not our real rate, is it? Rates must be expressed in annual. So the real answer to this is double that. So equals, I'll click on that, times 2 up. And this is the answer to the problem, but in the wrong format. That's a decimal. So click on it, go back up to home, and here there is a percent sign. Click the percent, and once again, increase my decimal twice, 9.01%. This is the answer to the problem. So when you have yield to maturity problems that you have to solve for with semi-annual, remember the rate you solve for is semi-annual, and you must double it once to get the annual rate. Okay, that's enough for bond yield to maturities. Let's go to bond coupons. And there's a little trick to these as well. So let's look at what we have. X Corporation has bonds on the market that sell for $972. So they gave us the present value of $972. And we're going to be X Corporation in this case. So the present value is a positive $972 to us as the company. We got $972, but we will have to pay it. Once again, it doesn't say the par value of the bond, so we know that it is $1,000 that we will have to pay back. And that's the same whether we're doing semi-annual payments or not. So I might as well just drag those over for when we're going to work this semi-annually. So what is the rate? The annual rate is 10%. 10%, which means the semi-annual rate will be 5%. Number of periods, it has 7 years left to maturity. So 7 years. My next one, where I'm going semi-annual, will be double. Every year there are 2 semi-annual payments, so it's 14. And we are solving for payments, so that's my question mark in each, and type will be 0 both times. So we're going to solve for payment, but just like with bond yield to maturity, it gets a little tricky because remember, payment comes in dollar form. But what does this problem ask us for? Coupon rate. Rate is a percent. So we have to convert our dollar answer to percent once we're done. And if it's semi-annual, we've got that little trick of having to double it also. So here we go. Let's do the annual one first. We are going to solve for payment, and in Excel equals whatever we're trying to solve for, PMT, open parenthesis. It says click on rate, comma, number of periods, comma, present value, comma, and then future value, comma, and type, and close parenthesis. Okay, my dollar payment is going to be $94.25 every single year. So now let's solve for the coupon rate, and I put how to do that over here in blue. So we know from before par value of $1,000 times whatever the coupon rate, if it's a 6% coupon rate, is going to equal my coupon payment. So we're trying to solve for coupon rate. So we have to rearrange the formula to solve for coupon rate, and that's coupon payment divided by par value. So here we go. Let's take this coupon payment and divide by my par value of $1,000. And that equals, and they're both negative, so it'll be perfect. It'll come out with a positive rate, which is what we want. equals that divided by this. Hit enter, 9.42%, and that is my coupon payment rate. Now, semi-annual. Again, we do equals PMT, open parenthesis, and we put in the rate, comma, number of periods, comma, present value, future value, and type, and close parenthesis, and we get 47.17 is the semi-annual payment in dollars. We need to convert that. The first thing we're going to do is multiply it by 2. So let's say, in parentheses, multiply by 2, we'll put that right here, equals this times 2. We now have a slightly different annual payment, and now we have to convert this annual payment to a coupon rate, which is this amount divided by 1,000. So again, we will go equals this divided by that, and we get a decimal. It says $1.09. That's ridiculous. It's in the wrong format, and that's why I have this little reminder. If you get a decimal, we're not doing rates in decimals. You do rates in percent. So click on this, go back up to home, find the percent, click, and once again, I get 9%, but I need 2 decimal points. Increase decimal is right here. And I get just a slightly different result. When the payments are semi-annual, I'll have 9.43% is the coupon rate on the bond. So there you go. A little bit more complicated to work bond yield and bond coupon rate problems. So follow this step by step and you'll be good to go. Have a great day.